Hello! Welcome back to my channel. This is Rachel, of course, if you don't know who I am, and if you want to click the subscribe button, go ahead and do that. I would love that. It will mean the world to me. But today is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be my first story time kind of video, and I've been wanting to do these videos for a long time, but I just didn't know which one to start with. So I'm going to start this story time kind of series, I guess, talking about this guy who cheated on me. Yes, and I know that I am not the first person to be cheated on, and I am not telling this story for people to feel sorry for me. It's just, I don't know, I just want to tell my story. This was when I was about 14 or 15, and I met this guy at church camp actually, and we started being like friendly with each other probably the end of the week of church camp, and I went back home and he like added me on Facebook, and like we started messaging each other, and like I really liked him, and he seemed like a pretty solid guy, you know, someone who loves Jesus, someone who's musically talented, someone who's like, you know, cute and everything. But what he didn't tell me was that he recently just got out of a relationship. He told me that he had a previous relationship, but he didn't tell me how long ago they broke up, which they broke up like a few weeks before he went to church camp. And the reason he went to church camp was to get her out of his mind, and he did not let me know. And so I was thinking that they broke up probably like months ago, or maybe even years ago, because we were talking about like past relationships and stuff. And so I was like, okay, you know, he's probably fine, you know, like we can, like I was seeing like a future with this guy. Well, not like I'm gonna marry him, but like, hey, this is someone I can kind of see myself with. And so I was like, okay, like I really like this guy. And so we started talking, we FaceTime and stuff, because it was a long distance kind of thing. He lived, not gonna say where, further out, and let's just give him a name. His name is David, okay? And his ex-girlfriend, let's call her Kelly. David and Kelly. So there was this one night where he called me and he was like, so what would you say to someone if they cheated on you? And I didn't really think of it at first. I was just like, okay, maybe he's just kind of curious. But then I told him, I was like, you know, if someone cheated on me, that is the lowest thing a person can do. And that person might as well tell me, because I'm going to find out anyway. And I guess this scared him. And he was like,
I need to tell you something.
And I was like, are you kidding me? You need to tell me something. Okay, but anyway, he was just like, yeah, I need to tell you something. Something happened. And I was just like, okay, what? Tell me what it is. And I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. And so he was like telling me the story about how there was this party at his ex-girlfriend's house, and his cousin or something really wanted to go. And so he took his cousin there, and he said that throughout the whole night he did not talk to her or anything like that, because she cheated on him, and that's why they broke up. And so she was having a new boo and everything, and then like I guess, you know, that went out bad, and that's why he was heartbroken. And I guess I was just kind of like a rebound, whatever, but whatever with the story. And then he said that at the end of the night, when him and his cousin were going back home, she was like, oh, can I talk to you for like a quick second? And he was like, okay, yeah, why not? And then she cried. She cried to him and was like, I'm so sorry, and like just saying sorry, and that she missed him, I guess, and all that stuff. And okay, this is what he told me. He said that she kissed him. She kissed him. I'm not really sure. Maybe he kissed her. I don't have my story straight. All I know is that they kissed each other. There was mouth-to-mouth contact, and I am not okay with that. I am not okay with that. And when he told me that, I hung up. I hung up on the phone because I was like, no, I am not dealing with this. And I was so upset, and I was so like devastated, because I was like, who does that? Like, who kisses another girl, or like an ex-girlfriend? Obviously you're with someone else, you know? And so I was so upset. I hung up, and then he kept calling me, and then I finally answered, and I was like, what? And he was just like, I'm sorry, and like, you know, all that stuff to like try to make it better. And I was so mad. And at the time, like, I was pretty young, so my parents didn't really want me to have a boyfriend, but there were people over, and so I was really loud, and I was like yelling on the phone, and my mom came to the room, and she was like, you need to stop talking on the phone. And so she took the phone from me, and I was just like, whatever, you know. And then we were getting new furniture that day, so I had no bed, and I was sleeping with my brother in my room because he had no bed either. So we were all like sleeping on the floor, and I was crying in my room, and my brother was like, what's wrong? And then I was like, he cheated on me, and I was like crying, and then my brother was like comforting me, which was like really sweet. But then I asked my brother if I could use his phone, and then my brother let me use his phone. So I called him, and we talked it out, and I wasn't gonna get back together with him, but then like I still really wanted to be with him. I was like, okay, maybe this was just a mistake of his, like he won't do it again, all this stuff. And so the next day, it was like things were getting a little better, like we were starting to talk like how we used to, but then in the back of my mind, I was still like, he's a cheater, he's a liar, he was unfaithful. And he was like, I choose you, I want to be with you, it was just a mistake. And so I was like, okay, if he wants to be with me, maybe I should give him a second chance. Like, I'm all about second chances, and I'm all about you proving to me if I'm worth it, you know? And so we kind of were talking again, and like I was still like on the fence, but I was still really, really in like with him. And then eventually at the like how we ended it, he was like, I choose her. And I was just like, I knew it. Like, I felt so dumb. Like, I was so dumb, and it was probably one of the worst like guy experience I ever had. But you know what, it happens. And being cheated on is not cool. It's not cool at all. Don't do it. If you feel like this person that you're with is not, like, if you don't feel 100% with them, just break up, because there's always going to be something missing, and you're always going to be looking to someone else for it, and that's just not cool. Just break it off. Even if you're like, oh, I've been with them for so long, just break it off with them, because it's not worth it. And you can save so much heartbreak, so much problems, so much drama. But yeah, so David and Kelly are very happily together. But yeah, so I'm happy for them. Like, yay you guys are happy. I'm happy for y'all, but what y'all did to me was not cool. But you know what? Forgiveness is key. If I didn't forgive them, I probably wouldn't be able to talk about this right now. But yeah, so let me know in the comments if you've ever been cheated on. I know that sounds really horrible, like, let me know if you've been cheated on, but I can relate. I can understand you. I can sympathize and empathize with you. So, you know, just let me know in the comments down below if you like these kind of videos. I'm like basically telling the saddest stories of my life, but I want to share these moments with you guys. So let me know down below if you guys like these, or if you had a similar experience. I love you guys, and thank you for listening. Bye!
So you say you wanna get away. We don't need a plane, I could be your escape. Take you to a place where there's no time, no space. I could be your private island on a different planet.